Were the two shadows moving in the bedroom light? Ooh. Got the screen wash into the Sanyong. Got to also check levels. Oh, what have we got here? Born to Karaoke, songs made famous by Craig David and the Artful Dodger. This karaoke video contains many live performances, however no actual performances of Craig David or the Artful Dodger are featured. Moving too fast, filming in 7 days, and many more. And I see a note has been left by my mysterious benefactor, who may or may not be connected with the House of Lords. Last one for now. Must lie doggo again. The outlook is stormy. Top secret information as always. Don't trust Google with search results. I prefer to Bing them. Well, I suppose for one final time, we better put this into the VHS recorder and see what's going on. Well, things do get more and more interesting as they go along. I've actually come to the Holyrood estate in Southampton. We are genuinely here, which is where Craig David actually grew up. I didn't find any more information about him in that video, though. I did watch through lots and lots of silly footage in an amateurish fashion from the Ibiza clubs in the early 2000s. It didn't really inspire me very much, but when I reached the end of the tape, oh yes, there were some lovely things on the end of there. Let's see if we can find out any more about our mysterious benefactor through this final set of peculiar old car adverts.
Everyone is going through changes, and no one knows what's going on, and everybody changes places, but the world still carries on. Love must always change to sorrow, and everyone must play the game. It's here today and gone tomorrow, but the world goes on the same.
So first of all, we have an incredibly famous old advert. This is from 1987, and I believe the lady in the advert's called Paula Hamilton. Directed by David Bailey. It's the Golf GTI Mark II. Sort of big bumper and things like that. So it looks rather old-fashioned, and the car clearly doesn't even have remote central locking. But the thing I didn't realise when I watched this earlier is this lady's supposed to be Princess Diana. And from what we kind of understand of Diana's life before she passed away about 10 years later, the marriage with her and Prince Charles wasn't going wonderfully at this time. So it has a degree of significance I didn't really understand before. I still think it's a bit peculiar. The expression on her face is a bit weird, and, you know, the stuff that's sort of going on. I do understand what's sort of going on in the sort of story of the advert, but I don't really understand why it's done in this way. And I don't quite see why it's so revered. I think it's all right. I think it's a bit weird. I just don't think it's one of the best adverts ever. I just don't agree. It's all right, but I think if I hadn't included this, I would have had, you know, riots. But I have done now, and there we go.
중형차의 새로운 감각, 신형 프린스 1500. 초강력 신형 론지 엔진, 세련된 첨단 스타일, 뛰어난 안전성의 강력 림 범퍼, 힘차게 멋지게 신형 프린스 1500, 로얄 프린스 1900, 2000도 새로워졌습니다. 대우 자동차.
It wouldn't be peculiar on car adverts without something from South Korea in the 1980s. And this 1987 advert for the Daewoo Royale Prince 1500 definitely is a bit weird. I try to work out if the 1500, 1900 and 2000 refer to engine sizes. I think they do. So a 1.5 litre engine in what is basically a Vauxhall Carlton would be a bit slow. Interesting facelift though. The facelift makes it look a lot more appealing than the original Carlton. And I like those rear lights. You know, the sort of car jumps over, it has, you know, sparkly effects, glamorous Korean lady driving it. I think I need a Daewoo Royale Prince, probably the 2000 version. Well done, Daewoo.
It's alright, it's
So this is it, eh?
G'day, Barry. What do you think?
Bright, isn't it?
It's got some new features. Look, there's grills on.
Scotty, let's just hop in and run out to the hut for a brew, eh?
I thought you might ask me that. Be back in a minute.
Oh, spare me days, mate. There's no need for all that. We've got a decent track here now.
Barry!
You better wind your whipper up here, mate. All right, mate.
Barry! Hey, Barry, we can't go through there. It's big.
Oh, there's been a bit of rain up here lately, mate. We're to the right down here, Scotty.
The incredible new Toyota Hilux four-wheel drive.
Okay, Scotty, we'll have that brew, eh?
It's so good.
Scotty?
It's frightening.
Well, here's your brew, Scotty. Your gate's a bit to the left, mate.
Next, we've got the first of two adverts from a chap called Barry Crump. Apparently, he's quite a sensation in New Zealand, and in the 1980s, and I think even into the 1990s, he did a series of adverts for a Toyota Hilux. This is one of them. I think this is the second one. We'll be looking at another one in a second. I think his partner in the Hilux is called Scotty or something. Barry Crump was a household fixture, I believe. Yeah, it's weird. You know, there's ridiculous off-roading. I can't understand what Barry Crump is saying half the time. The sort of level of driving is completely insane. I think I sort of get the joke of what's going on, but not knowing anything about Barry Crump, perhaps I don't. Very kindly, one of my viewers sent this over to me, and I thought it was peculiar enough. There's obviously real stunts going on here, and so I'll just know what you think in the comment section below.
Yeah, so you knew, eh? Got all the right bits too, Scotty. Let's take it for a burl, eh?
Barry, help!
Get up there, you mongrel! Oh, cripe, Scotty. Not you, mate. We'll just rip down here and drop in on old Shorty.
Shorty, what?
It's not so bumpy, that's right. Tell you what, she's quiet, eh?
The brilliant Toyota Hilux. 26 models. All with the big 100,000 kilometer 3-year warranty.
Not nervous, are you, Scotty? You better hang on here, mate. Just have a wee breather here, Scotty. We'll have to wait for the dog. Lloyd, hooray. You know why we call this bloke Shorty, eh? Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you?
For this second advert, which I think is, I imagine, from the early 1990s, judging by the Hilux, it's got even sort of crazier. Chap Scotty has compressed some vertebrae on the way down. Obviously, the Hilux is completely undamaged. We've got green screening. We've got this huge vertical drop that it apparently takes. Barry Crump is lighting a cigarette or something. It's totally insane. Totally and utterly insane. It's the same kind of thing that we already knew about the Hilux, though, that it's about the toughest thing ever. And it does emphasise that, although I don't think you could get away with an advert like this today. There's just too many elements in it, which I don't think would be allowed. I mean, it's wonderful, but yes, it's very of its time. And that's why it's on peculiar old car adverts.
Bob?
Papa.
Nicole.
Nicole! Yes!
One final time, we're visiting Renault in 1998, the launch of the Mark II Clio. For some reason, with Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, there's so many things that just don't make any sense in this advert. Why on earth is the Clio blue instead of red? What are Vic and Bob doing in the advert? And most of all, why is the Clio right-hand drive? It's clearly set in France. What's going on? I mean, they had to finish the Nicole and Papa thing. It'd been going on for something like 7 years by this stage. But is this really the best way to finish it? At least they did have a bit of Johnny and Mary music in it. So, yeah, I suppose that's it. Thank you ever so much indeed for watching. Oh, dear me. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's you. You got a light doggo, have you? I thought you were dead. Oh.